you're the first person who has ever come back on the Coffee, Chaos and Confidence podcast, which I think is that's a world exclusive for a start.
The sequel.
But I figured the kids go back this week. We need to talk about the perils of parenting back to school in the summer holidays. Jenny Green, welcome back.
Thank you.
I've never said welcome back, which is cool. I like that. What's been going on? I mean, we've actually met in person now as well, which I think we should point out that when we first did the podcast, we hadn't met in person. So it was good to actually finally meet you at Atomicon.
Yes.
Did you enjoy the event?
I did. It made me laugh though, because I think by the Tuesday night when we all went to the after party thing, we were both just sort of, our social skills had just completely been depleted, hadn't we? And we just stood there.
Yeah, I feel like I'm normally a bit of a social butterfly, but I genuinely believe at that event at the end, I was a bit like, almost like when I got back to my room, I didn't even put the TV on. So I was like, I don't want anyone to talk.
Want any noise. Yeah, I mean, you did well because you got there earlier than us, didn't you? So, I mean, your social stamina exceeded mine.
For a one-day event. Yeah, for a one-day event, I managed to arrive on Sunday and leave on Thursday, which I think is quite a good blag.
Yes, because on the Tuesday we were going back home the next morning, and you got like another day, hadn't you?
Yep, had another day. Spent the whole day in a pair of trainers where the trainers had broken, and my toe was poking out of the trainers, and then realising I've become the most indecisive shopper on my own. I need my wife with me to say, yes, they look fine, just buy them.
Adult supervision.
I do. So it was good to meet you and finally kind of put a face to the name, but see you in physical, because that's the thing in the world now. We see people online all the time. We don't really get to actually see them in reality, do we?
No, it was good. It was a good event, wasn't it? I enjoyed it a lot.
It was. Are you going next year?
I hope so. I haven't booked anything. I haven't booked it yet, but I would like to. It was good.
And Newcastle's a wicked. I don't know if you got to explore at all, but like Newcastle for me was just like a wicked city. And like, I mean, when you go to London, I'm always whenever I go to London, I'm always a bit like got my wits about me when I feel like I'm walking around London. But like Newcastle just felt like I was in Devon. People like nodding and saying hello, and you're like, oh hello, that was weird. It was
nice, and I think when we got there, it was very grey and very bleak, and I kind of thought, oh, this is a bit dreary. And then I don't know, the next day it was really sunny, and it just it sort of came to life a bit by the river, and we went and had some food, sat out on the river I think after the event I went out and sat out with Phil Stern, and we just sat there having food before the after party. It was actually really nice. I was like, it was almost like the summer. Bizarre, right? Yeah, it was a good. So I remember just standing there on that Tuesday night and just thinking, I've never felt older, because it was like 8:30. I was drinking a non-alcoholic Heineken, and I just kept thinking, I'm looking forward to going to bed now.
I loved it as well, because if I remember rightly, didn't you manage to blag some free sunglasses?
Because 3 pairs, actually.
3 pairs. So when you go to like an event and you see like a celebrity in that, and they're always wearing sunglasses, you were rocking the sunglasses, and I was like, it's like 7 o'clock at night and you're in the bar wearing your sunglasses. I was like,
I've still got them. I blagged 3 pairs.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, you got 3 kids, right? So that was a free gift.
They didn't have any. I did actually give some to my daughter, and she was like, wore them for a day, and then she said, oh, they're a bit big actually. So I thought, that's excellent, because I can have them back. But my son has still got his Go High Level man bag.
Nice. My Go High Level hoodie has become my surf hoodie.
I've still got mine hanging up.
Have you?
I wear it to the gym, but they gave me an extra large.
Right, well, mine was an extra large, and it only just fits me. And I remember insulting the guy from Go High Level, and I was like, I just walked up the stairs. He said, hey man, you guys, you want a hoodie? And I'm like, yeah, have you got one for a fat guy? And I realized that the guy was now bigger than me. And I was like, I need an extra large. And he was like, yeah, he gave me an extra large. He was like, hey man, I wear an extra large. And I'm like, okay, this might be massive on me. It wasn't, it was tight.
Well, mine was massive on me because I'm obviously 5'1", so I wore it to the gym the other day. I went in the morning, I just chucked it on. It was actually longer than my shorts, so I sort of walked into the gym looking like I was only wearing a hoodie.
Yeah. Nice. Nice. Yeah. So, going back to the summer then, how's your summer been? Because obviously we are, and I don't know if you're counting down, but I'm like, we've got 3 days until the kids go back. More importantly, if you've got your transparent ruler, have you got the new pencil case, and have you got the new shoes?
The scientific calculator.
Who needs a scientific calculator in 2025? Do they
Well,
still do that?
I'm
Because,
basing it
like,
on my experience
yeah, I mean, it wasn't
100
mine as
years
well.
ago.
Yeah. And we used to have a compass, that you draw
Yeah, yeah.
circles. I've not drawn a circle since I left school.
No,
Have you?
I can't. Oh, I don't think I've used a protractor either,
No, no.
or used anything to draw like a nice isosceles triangle.
No, but that sounds quite tasty. Amazing,
Don't
amazing.
try and spell it.
So are you ready for the go back to school drama?
To be honest, I'm the minority in that I actually quite like the holidays. I prefer the relaxed sort of morning routine. So we've got 3 kids and they're at 2 different schools, and they're on opposite sides of Derby. So
Right.
even if we tend to take a school run each, my husband and me, and if it's 2 hours out of my day because it's a drive away. So I've not missed that over the holidays because it's quite a lot of time over the week just driving my kids around.
You must have saved quite a lot of money on fuel then.
Yeah. So yeah, 10 hours. Yeah, 10 hours a week not driving around, which I've enjoyed having back.
Whoa.
Yeah, it does get quite a lot.
That's 60 hours. That's just over 2 solid days. Almost nearly 3 solid days. Wow.
So I've enjoyed not doing that. And it's just been like when you've got 3 as well, there's always something to remember. It's like, like for next Monday, for example, I've already had a text about a non-uniform day and a theme day. Yeah, so I think it's like fairy tale day on the 8th. So it's already,
Now I remember when we talked last time, we were talking about Easter, which does feel like a lifetime
when
ago.
I made that egg.
like I think it's hilarious, isn't it? We're already starting to go, oh great, I need a fucking pound next week.
Yeah, it started. So yeah, so it's fairy tale day or something. I've got to go as the favourite fairy tale character. So no, my 6-year-old should probably want to go as, I don't know, the witch out of Snow White or something, like
Nice.
the murderer.
Nice. Not your daughter's not a murderer.
No, well, not yet.
Maybe she could go as Harley Quinn.
You know what? She is the perfect Harley Quinn. Yeah. I mean, I think she's quite looking forward to going back. My son's really not. He's very anxious about just everything, and he's already very worked up about it. I'm taking him into school on Wednesday, sort of a bit later on, so he can go and go and see his classroom and how it's going to be set out, because he gets very anxious. But then my eldest, she's not going back for a couple of weeks because she had heart surgery at the beginning of the 6 weeks holiday. So she's got to kind of get the all clear from the hospital. So we've had that to contend with this holiday, as well as juggling childcare and work. We've had a bit of a stay at Leicester Royal.
So how long was she in hospital for a while then?
Well, she went in on the Monday and she had a pre-op sort of checks, like SATs and her obs and stuff like that. Met the surgeon, and then she had the op on the Tuesday. That took up most of the day, and then she was home on the Saturday. So
oh wow,
not actually long.
Yeah,
really. I mean, they said she was physically well enough to go home on the Friday. It was just purely that it was just too early to send home a kid that just had heart surgery. So she was, in 5 days sort of after the surgery. But
wow,
yeah,
amazing. And you said we were chatting before, and you were saying that she chose to go to have it in the summer holidays, right?
Yeah, weirdo. So
right.
I don't know. So they said originally that they thought it would be September, October for this surgery. And they then said the waiting list had been brought down so she could have it done sooner. So I said to her, look, it's not kind of not a life or death situation. You need to have it, but it wasn't like she needed to have it done that week or anything. And I said, look, if you'd rather have it a little bit later in the summer holidays so you can have, we can do some nice things and you can kind of make the most of the holidays. I don't mind if you have it done maybe mid-August or something.
Yeah.
I said, it will mean that you'll have to just miss a little bit more school, but she's not doing the GCSEs or anything. And I thought, I don't want to
I mean, not that it would really matter if most people miss their GCSEs, because like we just said, I've not used the scientific calculator since.
Well, no, same. I can't really remember what I learned in my GCSEs. But anyway, she said, no, I'd rather have it done at the beginning of the holidays so that I miss as little school as possible.
I reckon kids like school these days. I reckon they must.
Well,
I think they might make it too much fun.
But my son, if it had been him, he'd have been like, no, I'll have it at the beginning of September, and then I'll be off till half term.
Yeah,
he'd have
that's
done
what
that.
I would have done.
It'd have been, I'll have it done just as everyone else goes back, and then I'll be off till beginning of November or something. He'd have totally worked it to his advantage. But yeah, my daughter was. Put it this way, she broke up from school on the Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
By 9 o'clock at night, she was like, I think I'm ready to go back. I was like, mate, you've been off for 6 hours.
Wow. We've had, I miss school, I want to be at school, I don't want to be at home, I'm bored for 98.5% of the summer holidays.
Have you?
And then all day yesterday and this morning, so far it's been, I don't want to go back to school. It's weird, isn't it, though? Because it's almost like you almost want what you've not got, don't you?
Yeah, I get that too.
And I know she's missed all her school friends, and she said to me this morning, wouldn't it just be easier if they all just came to our house and then Dad could just make us all lunch? And I'm like, yeah. Quick question. What do I do for work?
How do I afford the food?
Yeah, exactly. So I'm assuming your daughter's she's doing well. She's recovering well.
Yeah, she honestly, by the time she went home, she was very much sort of normal. In fact, I did say to her at one point, "You're nicer when you're sedated." The attitude and the eye rolling came back really quickly.
Yeah.
And I did say
We've had a lot of eye rolling this summer.
I mean, I can't say anything because, my mum was the queen of eye rolling, and my dad always used to say to my mum, you're the only person that can eye roll out loud. Turns out she wasn't, because I can do it very easily. And my daughters are just, we'll stand there. So most of the holidays just eye rolling each other.
I love that. So, did you get anything did you manage to get out and do anything as a family over the summer, or did you, because obviously we talked before about kind of juggling work and kids and stuff. Obviously, how the heck did you juggle major heart surgery, kids, working, being a wife, being,
I think to be honest, we've done a fairly decent job of it. So when she was at Leicester, having a surgery, I stayed with her most of the, I stayed overnight with her and was there sort of all the time. My husband sort of spent a lot of time driving up and down the M1. So the other two went to my friends one day, for example.
Nice.
My husband came up, spent time with me and Phoebes, and then he'd go back and collect the little two, and then he'd come up again in the evening and bring them to visit. So he spent a lot of time driving up and down. There was one day where...
Knackering in itself, I'd imagine.
Yeah. Not the best, is it?
Right.
But then there was one day where he brought the kids to come up and see me. We hadn't got anybody to look after them that day. So I was like, well, bring them up, and then that way I get to see them, because I'd not seen them for a couple of days at this point. So he came in with the little two. He sat with Phoebes, and I took Bessie and Bertie to see I was staying in a hotel across the road because there was no parent rooms available on the ward where my eldest was. So I stayed in. It was all paid for. The Heartlink charity funded these rooms, and to be fair,
amazing.
It's a 4-star hotel. It was well nice. I was expecting some kind of horrible B&B, but it was this lovely, lovely hotel near the Leicester Tigers Stadium. So anyway, I took the kids to show them my hotel rings. Thought they'd be quite impressed because they're used to Premier Inns, to be fair. So they were like, wow. Anyway,
I think it's Premier except for the inn, right?
Yeah. But they like moon hotels, as they call them. So they were like, wow, this is so posh, mummy. So anyway, they spied this park from my hotel window and said, oh, can we go and play on the park? And I thought, yeah, do you know what? You're not having the best week either. Let's go and play on this park. It's called Nelson Mandela Park. Sorry?
I was going to say, I'd imagine for them as well, it's like, as much as they know, they probably don't quite get the severity of their big sister having a major operation. And it's probably worrying for them, even though they probably probably their age probably don't quite understand it in the same way that we do as adults, right?
Yeah, but they're very different. So my son's very emotional. So he saw Phoebes, and she wasn't. There was nothing horrifying. She was just she had a few tubes, and she was conscious and all the rest of it. She was okay. And my son was like, "Oh my God, Phoebes, I'm so sorry for you. Are you okay?" Like really emotional.
Bless him.
Yeah, my 6-year-old stood there and just stared, and then this machine beeped, and she just went, "Oh God, Phoebes, don't die."
Amazing.
Not like no emotion, just like God, don't die. And that was it. Yeah. So that sort of sums up my kids really. But
So
anyway,
you went to Nelson Mandela Park.
Nelson Mandela Park, which sounds like it should be in Only Fools and Horses, doesn't it?
Yeah, right.
And it wasn't the nicest park, and I'm a bit of a park snob as a rule.
Yeah, yeah.
So, but I was like, no, come on, this isn't a normal week. It's sunny. They want to play outside. I'll go with it. Anyway, it wasn't the nicest park, and it was next to Leicester Prison. So,
right.
I did my bit. I, let them play, let them burn off some energy and thoroughly sanitize their hands afterwards. And I just thought to myself, please God, when you go back to school and you are asked what you did in the holidays, please do not tell your teacher, oh, Mummy took us to play near the park, next to the prison.
Yeah.
Near where she was staying, because that just sounds like I've spent that summer banged up.
Yeah, we went to visit Mummy at the prison.
Went to visit Mummy where she was staying, and she took us to the park next to the prison. So that could go either way.
I love it when kids come home and they have a completely it's not even lost in translation, is it? It's like, I just wasn't listening, and they come back with some random story. The amount of times we've had to ring my mother-in-law or my mum to say, she said you did this, and like, no, I said this. Well, that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, I mean, after Atomicon, so again, my son's very emotional. When I went to collect them from school on the Wednesday, he ran over to me crying. The end of the railway children where the dad comes back from prison. It was a bit like that. He was like, Mummy! Ran across the playground, threw himself at me, burst into tears. And I was like, mate, what's the matter? And he said, I've just missed you so much, Mummy. I mean, I've been gone 2 days. Not... Anyway.
I feel bad about not doing that when I saw you on the start of the podcast now. I feel bad.
Yeah, you should. Next time. So anyway, he told his best friend's mom that I'd left him. She thought I'd moved out.
I mean, technically that's true, wasn't it? You did leave him.
Permanently.
Yeah.
She was like, is everything okay? Because Bertie said that, that you'd left home. So she thought I'd completely moved out, left them all, probably ran off with somebody younger. And I was like, no, I've been away with work.
I love that.
He literally told his mate that I'd, moved out.
I love that. That's so funny.
It's
so funny. I just got this image of your kids going back to school and just going, went to visit Mummy at the prison.
At the prison.
And we went to the park
to the playground for an hour while she looked after us.
Yeah. Mummy said there was needles everywhere, but it was fine. She washed my hands and I'm okay.
Yeah, she washed them afterwards, and then we went back to Daddy and he took us home.
Oh, brilliant! Yeah, yeah. And that same parent at school was going, "Oh yeah, she did leave.
She
went away before."
Yep. Yeah. It's all going to go horribly wrong.
Amazing.
But now, so we've done quite a lot of stuff. I did say to the kids at the beginning of the holidays, look, this is going to be a bit of a strange summer with Phoebes as op. So try and write down a list of things that you want to do.
Oh, I love that. We've done a bit of that as well.
Yeah, and some you just think, yeah, we're not doing that. Like, I think one was, can we go to Versailles for the day?
Where? Right. Oh, okay. Wow.
Because it's close by.
Yeah. Wow. That's quite a niche place to go, right?
But the things we have been there this year, so
right. Okay. Cool. That makes sense.
I wanted to go back, but I've crossed that one out. Tomorrow we are actually going to London. We're going to a Jurassic Park experience at Battersea. Taking my son there. So that was something he really wanted to do. So,
have you ever seen a T-Rex do a press up?
No.
They can't because they let their arms are too small.
Like this. But I bet if you asked Chat to do it, they'd come up with something.
What? ChatGPT? Did you just call it Chat like it's abbreviated? Like, oh yeah, Chat.
Yeah.
I don't actually use ChatGPT at all.
No, to be fair,
I don't like it.
it's well known that I don't really like it, but I did do some dinosaur pictures for my son the other day. I was like, make a T-Rex with sunglasses on, and I printed them out and put them in his room.
Well, I use
So that's it.
Google Gemini. I love Claude. I think Claude is the best. What's the guy that was Seth Godin was talking about Claude? And I used
Yes,
Claude years ago, weirdly, when it first kind of started. And I've been
trailblazer.
using. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, I love Claude for like almost. Claude actually replies to me, and I suggested something the other day, and Claude was like, "Oh my god, that is the fucking shit," and I was like, "Yes, Claude."
Yeah.
Claude sounds like he should be quite polite and quite posh. And I've got an
Yes.
image of like he's almost a bit like Ask Jeeves. He's like quite posh, but like he talks to me exactly how I talk. So
I
I love
like
that.
it. And
Google
it's
Gemini has just released the Google Banana or whatever it's bloody, I don't know what it's called. Their new image creator. And you can upload a photo and ask it to edit it and do a certain thing. It blew my mind what it can do. Genuinely believe that it was not going to be long until photographers are uploading like a whole wedding and people are just it's editing it
really
for them. Yeah, it's phenomenal. I mean, you can use that anyway now. There's AI for photography editing, but I think it's like I reckon you could probably say this person is an arsehole and the bride doesn't want them in any of the photos, and it would take them out of every single photo in the whole wedding. It's just like that kind of.
nice.
It's got that kind of crazy. So
I'll have to look. I've not used that one before. I like it.
no. I mean, it's only literally launched in the last couple of weeks, I
Oh, is
believe.
it? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So, but on that note, actually, I want to ask you a question about the whole AI and games and so forth and kids.
Go on then.
Because firstly, I'm not going to judge, not going to be a judge. But do you have any like restrictions or anything with your kids on like tablets and social media and that kind of thing?
Yeah. So then, I mean, they're not old enough for social media. I mean, the oldest is 12, but she's, she said to me, "Oh, I really want to go on TikTok," and I've said, "Absolutely no."
You take her
And then
to a
she,
clock and say, "There you go, TikTok."
yes, have
Okay.
a look at this. It ticks and everything. She said, "All my friends have all got it," and I said, "Well, 3 cheers for them. You're not allowed it."
A lot of your friends have got divorced parents. Do you want a divorced parent? No, well then.
The thing is, she's. I
It's
should
true
probably,
though, isn't it?
you'd probably prefer that if she could get
Yeah.
TikTok. I don't know. Although she's 12, she's got autism and she's probably mentally more like a 9-year-old. So she's not mature enough for it. She has got a phone, but she's just got phone numbers for her family members and a couple of my friends and a couple of her friends. And that's it. She's not, she's not allowed on social. I did put a password on YouTube for her, so
Yep,
she can't.
we've got one of them.
Yep. She did guess it the other week, so we had to change it again. So she's got a password for that, so she can't get on there. And I've said to her, look, the deal is that I check your messages, not because I'm snooping up on your private life, but because I need to make sure that you're safe, and that's one of the conditions of having a phone. So take it or leave it, really.
Yeah.
My son has got a tablet, and he does like playing sort of some games on it, but he has we've got this thing set up where we have to approve it, so we can't go on a game unless it's got approval from either of us.
Yeah. And we've got the same. And we had the other day, my daughter came up to me and she was like, "Dad, can I have a go on this game?" Because we have categorically removed Roblox, and it's almost a banned word in our house because the amount of messages she was getting. Yeah, and I think if you were clever enough, although they say you can't give away locations, I think kids are so bloody savvy now, aren't they?
Oh, they are. Oh, yeah, so savvy. So I always use my 6-year-old is just the savviest kid ever. So the other week I took Phoebe to get her nails done. I said, "Do you want them done?" I know.
Fancy.
Yeah. Well, she did say, "Can I have them done as a a bit of a treat after surgery?" She's not allowed to wear nail varnish for school, so I was like, "Yeah, okay. If you're going to."
I mean, you've just had major heart surgery. I mean, have what you want.
Yeah, but tell you what, going on a slight tangent. So I stayed at the hostel the night before up, and we went to the shop to get a drink. And she said, "Oh, can I have this magazine, please?" And it was Top of the Pops magazine. Do you remember Top of the Pops?
Wow. I didn't even know that was still a magazine.
Didn't either. I thought that died a death with Top of the Pops. Anyway, she went, oh, Mummy, can I have this?
Can I guess the price?
Yeah, go on.
What was it, like £6?
More.
No, £7.99. Wow.
I nearly needed sort of
Heart
attention.
surgery.
I had palpitations after that. Said to her, you said, it's a good job you're having heart surgery tomorrow, because if you weren't, I'd be going back on the shelf.
Yeah.
Wow. Like, no offence, but you need to read this from cover to cover.
Can I just say that I'm not that old, right? But I remember paying like a couple of quid for a magazine.
Yeah.
And with the greatest respect, funny enough, we saw this literally the other day. My daughter has this massive obsession with Animal Crossing. Absolutely loves it. I mean, to the point that as a family, we had to stop the other day as soon as we finished tea and go and watch the firework display. It's just quite weird. But it was like, yeah. And because the reason I was asking you about the games is because I feel like there's a bit of a social disconnection that kids have really, really got now. And before I just go off on the tangent myself, but we were in Lidl's the other day and saw a magazine, and the magazine was £8.50 for like Animal Crossing Nintendo game or something like, oh, Animal Crossing Nintendo magazine. And we were just like, what? And you open it up and it's like 30 pages and it's literally just full of adverts for Nintendo. And you're like, wow, imagine like charging people for your adverts.
It's crazy. I say, if she'd not been having surgery the next day, I'd have put it back. No, go on.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was a bit, and every person I met that, I was like, did you know that the Top of the Pops magazine, £7.99? Yeah. Read it, everybody, get my money's worth. But yes, going back to my savvy 6-year-old. So I took my oldest to get her nails done. It's a bit of a post-op treat. She's not allowed to wear nail varnish for school. So I'm sort of like, if you're going to get your nails done, summer holidays.
Yeah.
My 6-year-old says, can I come? I said, well, you can, but you're not getting your nails done. You can come with us, but, you know, you're not getting
them it's done. Not your treat, yeah.
So we get there. I don't know what colour to have. I said, you're not having any colours because you're not having them done. So you don't need to worry about it. Okay. I might go with these 3. It's like, you're not really listening. I said, look, this is not for you. She went, oh, Mummy. She went, oh, you're just making my life a bit harder than it really needs to be right now.
That's amazing.
I thought, well, now you know how I feel every day.
Amazing.
So anyway, she ended up having them done.
Yeah.
Because I'm weak and because I pick my battles.
Yeah. And the thing is, do you know what? When you say that, that's like, do you know what? Why not? If you have to back down every now and again, I don't think that makes you a pushover. I just think actually,
it was
She probably needed it as much as the other, you and Phoebe did as well, right?
I don't know. She's just very unreasonable.
I think children are though, right?
I went to Bristol last weekend for the day because I wanted to go. I love jumping in the car and just going to like a city for the day.
Nice.
I love it. So we went to Bristol. My 6-year-old. So this is the difference between my kids. So my eldest, that's just had the surgery, got up early and made packed lunch for everybody.
Wow.
Like literally got up. She, very well balanced lunches for all.
Nice.
Before even I got up. So she was on it. She was like, done it all, 3 packed lunches on the side.
And she's 12?
Yeah.
Wow.
And she did this without asking. So she's ready. My 6-year-old's lying under the bed. I'm not going to Bristol. Why? Because Bristol's an idiot. I was like, why? I don't know. I said, well, you've been before. Did you not like it? I can't remember going. Right, so you're kicking off because don't like a place that you can't remember going to because it's an idiot. She was like, yes, nobody understands me in this house.
That I'm not going to Bristol because Bristol is an idiot. Amazing.
I was like, well, stay here then. Fine. Anyway, she did like Bristol in the end. Turned out it wasn't an idiot after all.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're going to London tomorrow, like I say. So, I mean, whether we have the same London's an idiot in the morning, I don't know.
Amazing.
Bracing myself.
So is there any things that you kind of do with the kids then to kind of get them ready for school, not necessarily the dragging them around and the last minute haircuts and all that other jazz, but is there anything you kind of do as like parents to kind of help kind of prepare them a bit? Because I think sometimes, as much as I love our stories about chatting about the kids and stuff, I think sometimes it's not always easy for them, and they have this almost anxiety of going back, new class and all that. Is there anything you kind of do to kind of help prepare them in that sense? Or obviously you said your son's going into to go and see the class and stuff, but is there anything you kind of do at home or
not really?
No, do you know what? I love it because you know what? I don't know what the answer is.
No, I mean, I do sort of make a point of saying to them, how do you feel about going back? Are you worried about anything? I don't want to kind of automatically go into negative mode, so they go, why should I be worried? But I do sort of, particularly with my son, I do say, look, is there anything that you're a little bit concerned about? Because he gets anxious about, when it was hot, he had a bit of a moment where he was worried his eyeballs were going to melt. It's that kind of stuff.
I've never considered that, but now I'm worried.
Yeah.
What are his eyeballs made out of?
I'm sure that we're not gonna melt.
In all fairness, we talked about this last night when I was messaging you. We both are always, in all of our photos, always wearing sunglasses. So perhaps he thinks Mum was always wearing protective eyewear.
Yes, maybe that's because she knows something we don't, and she's just prepared.
The aliens are going to melt our eyeballs.
Not just that I look tired all the time. Now, so with my son, I do make a point of saying, look, is there anything that you're worried about? Is there anything that you want me to find out for you? So we are going into school on Wednesday, just so he can say, he's met his teacher before, but he can see how his classroom is going to be set out for the year. And it might just help him. My little one still seems pretty chilled about it at the moment. You never quite know with her. She could be walking fine and then just burst into tears at the last second. You just don't know. She's the most unpredictable child ever. She's chosen.
And that's the thing is, then you kind of almost as well, because if you know that, you're also prepared for it as well in a way, right?
As much as you can be prepared for a slightly unhinged child, yeah.
One thing I've noticed that we've done is in the summer, we get very lax of, my daughter's got a TV in her room. We're like, yeah, you can watch TV in bed tonight. And then you're like, you almost kind of go, oh yeah, she wants to stay up later. She's staying up a bit later. It's a bit something like, you can watch the TV in bed. And, we have all the parent parameters set up on our TVs. So, even on, like we were just saying before, it's like the whole YouTube thing. It's like, we know what's got set up and what she can and what she can't view. And we've just got a new internet provider, and our internet provider now has actually got you can set per device what things you can and can't think. So if there's anything like gambling or purchasing, the actual app will block that device from having any of those things.
Good.
I think it's really, really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, amazing. Jen, thank you so much for coming on and having a chat with me again. It's been awesome. I'm looking forward to your updates on whether, what's next up in Jenny's world. But it's always a pleasure to chat to you. And thank you so much for
thank you for asking me to come back. Well,
no, my pleasure.
To be fair, you didn't ask, I just went, pick me.
Well, it's funny because you know what the crazy thing is as well is when I first started the podcast, I was like, I'm going to do it with guests. And then I think I know you probably know about the episode, but as I came back from Atomicon, I was like, I need to do some solo episodes. It was really funny because I went through a stage of I'm never going to have a guest back and I'm never going to do solo episodes. And then I was like, actually, not just because, I'm not going to say I'm going to exhaust all my resources and people I know. I'm still waiting for Paul McKenna and Robbie Williams to message me. But,
their loss if they've not. Yeah.
Exactly. But the thing is, I think there's so much that you can get in a conversation, and how often do you only ever speak to someone for 25 minutes, 30 minutes at a time? So I think people can give different elements of value and stuff like that. So amazing. Thanks for coming back, Jen. And I'm looking forward to I'm definitely looking forward to whatever stories you're going to tell me if you come on next time. Amazing.
There's never a dull moment here, that's for sure. Have you ever seen the programme Outnumbered? Do you remember that from years ago?
Oh my God, that has been our summer holiday.
My daughter's like Karen.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
My daughter's like Karen and Ben had a baby, which is weird because they're brother and sister. But she's somewhere in the middle there.
We've watched it so many times and gone, Bessie does that. that's the kind of thing Bessie would say.
Well, before I literally wrap up, in the summer, we made the decision that we're like, we are paying for like 5 different providers again. So we got rid of Netflix. My daughter
That's a bold move in the holidays, isn't it?
loves Friends. So she literally was like, oh, what can I watch? There's nothing to watch. So she's now watching iPlayer, which is free. Well, I say it's free. We pay our TV license, obviously, but it's free. So she's now decided that she doesn't want to watch any of the ones that we pay for. She wants to watch all the free ones. But you know for a fact, if we get rid of Disney, she'll kick off.
Fair. Because Lilo and Stitch is on Disney. The new one is on Disney on Wednesday.
I know.
Which is great. Just as the kids go back, they put a really popular film on there.
Yeah. But so the good thing about that is you know that when they come back from school on Friday, it's that whole first weekend thing. They can just sit there and watch it, veg out, and you know that they're going to need to discombobulate, aren't they?
Discombobulate.
I know, best word ever.
And that wraps up today's episode of the Coffee, Chaos and Confidence podcast with me, Coach Casey. Thank you so much for listening. If you enjoyed today's episode, please make sure you like and subscribe. It helps other listeners find the show. Also, go and check out the show notes to learn more about my incredible guests. Until next time, make sure you chase your dreams without limitations.